So the other day, I dropped my phone, ran over it with the field truck. What you can do is you get this HDMI connector, and this is for an Android, so it's a C plug in, and then you get an HDMI cable, and you plug that into your monitor, and then you take your mouse and plug it in to the HDMI deal. And now, that's my granddaughter. That's my favorite picture in the whole world. I love that. You can go to your phone. Look at this. Woohoo! Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to me. Let's view my channel. Look at this. 8,000 videos in 2 days. That's pathetic. That just makes me not want to make videos anymore. Anyway, that's just cool as heck. Goes to my Instagram. Hey, what's Mr. Frank up to? Phone still works. That's just cool as can be.
950M, back on it again.
Mike.
And we're doing some media guides here, taking a look at what we need.
Soldier Dirt, Albert. Duffman. All right, so that's all you got to do to make these work. So I'm working on the steam cleaner, and I figured maybe this burner was toast, so old. It's 1986, but I cleaned it up, took it apart, cleaned the nozzle off. Haven't got these adjusted right, but I wanted to make sure that the ignition box was still working. So let's do something stupid. And I'm gonna I got the ignition back on. I got a cord. I'm gonna stuff these wires in and see if it'll fire. So hang on to your butts. Oh yeah, look at that. Is that the way that's supposed to look? I don't know. What do you think? Let's take a picture. Send that to my son. Okay, so it works. So what was wrong? I don't know. When you'd pull the trigger, the blower motor would start to run, but no smoke, no flammage. So I readjusted these, so this goes over it, and there's also a setting for that. And from the bottom of this to the top of that nozzle is supposed to be 5/16. I just put the nozzle back in exactly where it was. So I'm not really sure if that's where it needs to be. That's a 2.75 80 degree B nozzle. So I'm assuming an 80 degree is going to spray clearer than heck out here. I just don't want to put it all back up in the machine and not have it fire. So I guess what I really ought to do is just get some new electrodes. That one don't look good, but I know if these aren't right, it's not going to ignite the diesel. So that's what I got to figure out, kids. So originally I was just going to buy a whole brand new unit. It's a Wayne oil burner. Anyway, I found these guys called North Star Hotsy. I think let's see where they're from. Oregon Avenue, Pasco, Washington. So anyway, they said, "Hi Jeff, we have several versions of the Wayne EHASR burner. To help you find the correct one, provide your with the model HOTC and the date code on it. Trevor Herring. So I said, that's my original message, told him what I had. So I sent him the pictures, the model, serial number. So it says, thank you, please give us 24 hours to do the research on this, and we'll get back to you with availability. That was Lori Aronson, Ronson. She says, Jeff, your machine is no longer supported by HOTC, and I have no way of knowing if this will mount and operate correctly on your machine. I am basing my info off your spec tag you provided. This burner is 115 volts up to 3.0 gallon per hour firing rate. I tried to find documentation on the burner and unfortunately found nothing. The link below is where you can view what limited information we have on this burner. I would caution you, if purchasing this burner, that it is a special order item and can't be returned if out of original packaging or installed. If returning, there is a 20% restocking fee plus the freight returns. So before I got this, I called him, asked to speak to Trevor. He was out to lunch, so I gave the guy my phone number and said, hey, I really would like to talk to Trevor. You know, because when you talk to people and you communicate, it just makes life a whole lot easier. You can figure stuff out. So then I got this today. Kind of pissed me off. So I said, I called and asked for Trevor to return my call yesterday. Don't know why you were involved. But if I had the dimensions of the mount and the burner height, etc., I could make an informed decision. Would be really cool if you could have talked with someone instead of playing email. I'll go somewhere else where I can speak with someone. It just really grinds my gears that people don't call you. So had somebody called, I had this apart, I could have said, well, the nozzle is a 2.75 and it's an 80 degree B model nozzle. So, I mean, so I'm looking online, I can buy, they wanted $1,200 for it, and I can buy the identical same thing for like $830 all over the place, and they all look like this. This is a universal oil-fired furnace, whatever mount. You get a hold of an older guy, he'll go, yeah, that's a 78943. That changes over to a West Vaco 4922. Yeah, I can get that to you. That'll work. But no, you got to get BS. Okay, I think Jeff finally wins. I have pulled the burner back down and set the swirl cone distance. I went and got some number 1, which was dyed red, which I don't understand. And it still wouldn't go, so I undid the control box and turned it on and let the electrodes arc in there. And now, of course, it's built up full of fuel, terrible. So I want to show you what it does. It's overloaded here, but so the thing that concerns me still is if I shut it all the way tight against the electrodes and then try it, it don't want to go. But if I pull it away and make it arc between the electrodes on the box and those, it takes off and goes. I don't understand that. So I may need a new ignition transformer. Let's try it again. So if I close it in tight, see it? Oh, there it tried to go. There we go. fill the shop full of smoke. I'm gonna have to get the water hooked up to it and run some water through it, or I'm gonna have an explosion here. Okay, so it will not fire if I put the contacts up against the electrodes in there. But the only way I can get it to fire is make these contacts arc. If I can get it to throw an arc, she'll take off. And once it's burning, I can let go of the transformer. It'll just keep burning. So I guess I'd say it was probably that box, wouldn't you? Okay, Philip Bonner. Pretty sure I know what this is. Some Murphy's. Yep, I can smell it. Philip, that is awesome that you sent that to me. Murphy's Tire Lube. Love this stuff. I'm about out of it. So that is really cool. Yeah, baby. Ooh, look at that. Eee. Okay, then I got something heavy from, Kim Molinar in Ohio, in Rome, Ohio. I've talked to Kim, I think, a couple times at the Kentucky Truck Show. Hey Jeff, here's the ball and seat sockets. I don't need them anymore. Hope they work for you. Always, Kim. P.S. Hopefully we will see you at Matt's in 25. 13/16. Okay, that's a square drive. Square drive. God, that's brand new, Kim. This is the tool for removing bud wheel nuts when they tend to unscrew the inner with the outer. That's awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Rick Lincoln from Mills, Wyoming. These are just some trinkets I found about the time you started working on the galleon so you could start working on Killdozer. I prefer no public recognition of this and no reciprocation. Best wishes to you, your family, and friends. If you were as old as I am, you couldn't print for shit either. Well, you're gonna get public recognition, bud. What's that say? Ungovernable. That's cool. The giant mouse pad. Cool, that'll go in front of the computer. Awesome. That's cool. Okay, this big box, and I think I have one more in the house, is from Tom Phillips. Tom is in California today. Holy cow. More zip ties. And more zip ties. Holy moly. Not sure what this is. Just lots of cool stuff. He just always finds cool stuff, man. More zip ties. That looks like a tripod. Is that a tripod? Ooh, it's got a level on it and everything. Wow. That's cool. Look at that. Wow. These, I love these. These are called Conceal Fab. PIM shield cable strap. Locking head included. Bag of 50. Wow. That's cool. Thank you very much. So I got a couple more boxes to open here for my awesome subscribers. Got one here from D Weathers. So Daryl says, Sir Jeff, I thought I'd drop you a line to let you know I'm still watching and enjoying your content. I have enclosed a cap from a local restaurant. I hope you find it fitting. I am calling this work everyday thing to an end after Christmas. Miss Chris and I may do some traveling to see the country. If you make it to your neck of the woods, I would like to buy you lunch. Anytime, Daryl. By the way, a few vids back you mentioned that some guy had sent you a book on Idaho geology. I'm that guy. Until such time as we may meet, be happy, well, and a good steward. P.S. I'll send some more Riggs tractor swag as soon as I get by there. So thank you, Daryl. Hoots. Awesome. Yeah, that'll fit me. Thanks, Daryl. You're awesome. And then I got one here from Tom Kander in Gallion, Ohio. Well, Tom, you're in Gallion. I should have called you for Gallion parts. Run on down to the factory or the old warehouse, see if they got anything laying around for my crane. Man, I need to sharpen this knife. It's so dull. Gander X-Wing, Jeff, here's some pictures of Galleon 150s and sales brochures from my collection. Although your exact your exact model, it gives you an idea of the trials you underwent. I figured worst case scenario you could throw darts and cuss at them. Oh, that's awesome, Tom. That is awesome. That is cool. That is cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. Wow, these pictures are nice. Waiting for paint and decals. Yeah, that's something I really want to do with mine, Tom, is when I change that boom out, I really want to paint it and decal it, make it look nice. Now that one looks good. Fresh coat of paint. Wow. That's nice. Huh, that is cool. Thank you, Tom. No, I'm not going to throw darts at it. That is cool. A guy from Galleon sends me a bunch of Galleon brochures and pictures. I knew it. I knew if you were from Galleon, you knew about Galleon. Probably even know some people that work there. That's cool. Love it. Alright, I got my new transformer put on. Unfortunately, I had to do a little modification. On the ends, it didn't have the same contactors as mine. It had some springs, and they're too close together. And so what I had to do was take the springs off, unscrew the brass connectors that mine had on it, put them on there, and then I had to bend my other brass ones inside there over to touch them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this key out of here again and pull the pressure valve off so that I don't have to start it to fire the boiler. Probably going to make a smoke mess in here. I probably should take it outside, but if it fires, hey, great. I know I can take it outside and go to town. If it doesn't want to fire, well, I don't know. It better work. That's all I can say. It better work. So, let's see. Switch on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Okay, we're not. Why aren't we firing? Switch is in. It's on. It should be going. Why is it not going? Yeah, man, it's just always something. Doesn't seem to matter. It's just always something. Always something.
Had it all wired up, all the wires were in. Everything good, man, everything good, but she's not going. Why? I don't get it. I should fire. And we're not firing. Why? Well, that's just groovy. That is just groovy. Let's go check the GFI. I had the vacuum plugged in here earlier. Everything was working. Yep, GFI kicks. Reset that. So we got juice, but it's not firing. It's just like it's dead. It's just not doing anything.
Oh, there we go. No fire. Nothing. Son of a bitch, I'm getting tired of this. What in the hell is wrong? I can smell fuel. It just won't fire. I don't know. What in the world's going on here? And one in here. Try not to get shocked to shit. There. Alright, we're contacting. So the only thing I can do now is try to draw an arc across. Woo! Yeah, that did fucking work. Whoa! Look at that. See, it works. So, why won't it fire the damn boiler? I don't know. Is it an airflow? Something's not right. Something's not right. And I gotta figure out what the hell's not right. Alright, I'm gonna think about this. I wanna show you what's going on here and ask you how this is possible. So, if I activate it, transformer has now got juice to it. Now watch this. You're probably not going to be able to see that. It's going to throw a spark to that first. Okay, I forgot to turn it on. Okay, we're on. Why is that one contact making an arc to the other? I don't know if I can show you this or not. I'll try to close the door with one arm without getting shocked here. Watch this. And then you can't hear any arc up in where the electrodes are. Something's wrong. Somebody in the audience is laughing at me. All right. I'm going to call my youngest son. He's the electrician. Ask him. Okay, so I took this out and it had some fuel clear down into here. And I've readjusted and double triple checked these electrodes. So that's an 1/8 of an inch gap. And it says they need to be 1/2 inch away from the center line. And that's what they are. And then you need a 5/16 gap up here between the bottom of the flame cone and this. So I'm wondering if that's my problem, is the adjustment up in there isn't right. I'm assuming when you're running it spraying fuel and you kick it off, you're going to have some that's going to run down here. If I had it too low, it would be hitting that flame cone and running all over, wouldn't it? I don't know. I'm going to put it back in and I'm going to mess with the adjustment up and down. So I'm going to take it out here and get it going. So what I did is I took the nozzles out and I was using a nickel. Everybody said use a nickel. Well, a nickel's not 125, it's only 75. So I got the electrodes up, got them 1/8 of an inch apart, touched the pressure switch and it fired. So she's going to be overloaded. So I'm going to bring it outside, make sure it works, clear it out before I put it back in. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, I need a electric cord. Fired. Heated her up. Let's see if she's gonna fire again. I got hot water fast. There she goes. She's full of fuel, bad. She's working. Okay, now what? Should be turning back on. Yeah, it's still not. It was sitting there feeling it. God dang it, what is wrong with it? Still got a problem. Worked a couple times, then it doesn't. Can't have that. See, she's blowing, but it's not firing. worked a couple of times and then it quit. I don't know what's wrong with it. I do not know. It just... My only guess is that I've still got an adjustment problem. Either in the distance from the fuel bowl thing, whatever they call it, with the end of the nozzle, or it's still a problem with the igniter adjustment. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to disassemble the coil and clean it. Maybe it's so sooted up it's not pushing the air up through it well enough. I don't know. I mean, it was working fine, then it quit. And there was really no reason for it to quit. I don't think the transformer was bad. I don't think the pump was bad. I don't think the nozzle or the electrodes were bad. But she's sooted up pretty bad. And maybe that's what I need to do is I need to get the coil out. If I took the coil out, then I wouldn't have to drop the burner back out. I could adjust it from inside. I don't have a steam cleaner to clean the coil. I'd have to go find somebody else that could clean it. But that's probably what it needs. I'm guessing that tin barrel is tack welded on there, so that ain't coming out. So that would have to stay in situ. The more I think about it, it's the only thing I can think is that this is just so damn crapped up in here. It is not allowing it to breathe or something. I don't know. What do you say? I wanted to show you it working and that Jeff won. Jeff can't seem to win. So I give up for the night. Anyway, that's where it sits. I'm going to post the video. You guys tell me what you think's going on. Do I need to take the coil out and clean it? Is it still a adjustment situation? What?